And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are going to play Production Line. The last series I did kind of wrapped up. I got all three of those lines going. Everything is going right. So I thought I'd update the game. So we're at as you see in the top corner here, Alpha 109. Much updated. A lot of bug fixes, a lot of balance changes. Quite a lot. So it's going to be a lot harder to actually make money in the game now. So we're going to try a new game. And let's see, I want to try a mega factory. Like I said in the previous episode, I'm thinking of doing try to get to a car per second, as close to that as I can. So we're going to play mega factory. And here we are. So, looks pretty good. We have lots of space we can move into, such as the need requires. I'm not sure what's going on with this here, but one of the things I want to do also is make cars and parts and everything in other areas of the factory and move them into the main factory. But for now, we're going to need to kind of just start with the basics. So let's start out here. So of course we're going to need let's see, we're going to need the export. And we're going to need quality check and fit electronics. So moving backwards here, we're going to do, we don't have anything researched, obviously. So we're going to do fit accessories. And we're just going to run it backwards here. Okay, so fit engine. I'm going to leave a space in between in case I want to double it up. So paint and fit body and chassis assemble right in here. So this one here is 25 seconds. This one here is 65 seconds. So obviously we have the ability to fit another body here. So I'm trying to match it up with this 25. So this is 63. And then this is 68, so we can do another paint. And then fit engine is 55, so we could probably fit engine as well. Fit accessories, 27, so that goes back down to 1. So let's hook the conveyors up, like so. Because, like I said, it's a little harder to make money in this new version than in previous versions due to the changes to how the stockroom shows up. So we're gonna try to still make money, which is not going to be easy. So we're going to use that importer there, and we're going to use the other one on this side for a couple of these stations here. So resource conveyor here. First of all, let's hook that up to there. Hook that up to there, and then go across with it. Paint shouldn't be too much of a problem. So we're going to hook paint up. And then this fit engine, we're definitely going to want on this other one, just because this one's going to be very taxing. So all of these start getting supplied slowly but surely. Cars start to get put together, and hopefully we'll start to make some money here. Like I said, it's very difficult to make money in this early version of the game because he changed how the end is. You can't quite demand as much money as you could before. You couldn't demand like a 50% markup or something like that, just because it was highly unreasonable to do that. So let's see if this one, oh, this one isn't connected, that's why. There we go. So this should go together pretty easily. And he should go off this way. Yep, there we go. Good to go on that. Let's make sure these are all connected. These are all connected up. Good to go there. And now we need to think about research. So let's marketing department, research offices. Okay, let's try to put them in a corner here. Yeah, that's, I think he's trying to change that sound too, because that's a ridiculous sound for research. Okay, so I think we're gonna want first, let's see, power production. That'll probably be the first research we knock out. Are we not running? We are running. Oh, yeah, research points are getting applied. That's good. How are we doing? Our first car is about to make it. Well, this one is processing right now, taking its sweet time. I could almost put a third on here. Almost. I think we're doing 20 or 63. So we're doing one every roughly 31 seconds. And we're able to spit one out every 25 3/4 of a second. So this is a basic value 16,000. So he's lowered the basic value of the car. It's from 18 down to 16. So it's going to be very difficult to actually push enough through here to make money. So we're going to speed it up a little bit and try to get our first car run through in this episode here. I don't want to speed it up too much, just because that would be a little ridiculous, I think. How are the cars? Oh, we have one in paint over here, so it's good. We got them all backed up here. That's awesome. So here we go. First car into accessories. So we've got seats, horns, windows. I don't know why the windshield is considered an accessory, but, you know, it's kind of mandatory at this point. Hate to be driving 60 miles an hour down the highway without a windshield. That would be hard on the eyes. Okay, so there we go. Quality check. Still 10 seconds there, 4 seconds there, and 8 seconds there. So I'm going to slow it down while we get to this so we can actually set a cost. So I want to mark this up. I'm going to go 25% on this one. So we're making a little bit of money. We're making about $4,000. This is the basic. This is the teen first car model. The very basic car. Doors, windows, pretty much all you get. How's our research doing? It's doing okay. So we got our first car done. Let's look at our expenses here. Looking at power is a huge chunk, which is why we're researching that right away to knock out the power. So I don't want to spend so much on power. Wages, okay, he's split off the wages from production to science, which I'm guessing is research, and sales, because we're going to be able to maybe update the export using some researches. If we look in here, you can see, let's see, administration, computerized sales. So this right here will be able to maybe boost our sales a little bit. I think that is good to go on that. And let's see, factory expansion, we're a ways away from needing that quite yet. The other thing I want to do with this playthrough is use a lot of this outside space here, because we have a lot of space, is to use some of this outside space to make materials for in here. So I want to connect eventually. I want to have my main production lines coming through here, and I'll need, to utilize some other export windows for multiple lines, because I'm thinking we're going to have 4 lines all pushing vehicles out, and these outside buildings, these will be used for production of valves and seats and fuel tanks and all of the things that go into cars, and they will be connected directly to the lines. So we'll have a production facility where raw resources come in, and then a separate line to where all of the output for those gets pushed out separately. So the resource, when it's trying to pull resources in, it's not actually pulling in raw resources that are expensive. So these things are rather expensive for us to be pushing out right now. And so far, we're actually making a little bit of money because we're selling out of stock. We're selling out of everything. And so we've sold 3 of those cars, making back $60,000. Well, we started with 3 million, so we've got a ways to go before we work our way back up to 3 million. It's just going to be a lot of research because in order to start demanding money for cars, we're going to need to start putting options on these sooner rather than later. And the only way to put options on something is to individualize the production. So right now, the fit engine, this is all engine stuff going in right now. But as you saw in the last series, you can split each one of these groups out into a long chain of production. And that's what I want to do here, is I want the whole production for all of these cars to be on one line, and then all of the resources pulled in from outside here, where we can draw in raw resources and send in finished products and try to save some money that way. Because the developer is trying to do some work on the process of balance, and hopefully we'll make it to a place where we're able to make a little bit of money. So yeah, we are good to go on that. We're sending vehicles out. Looks like both lines are in use. Of course, the insufficient resources for the fit engine. This is probably the biggest bottleneck right here, is fit engine is always where we get hung up. So I'm going to turn it back up to full blast here. And maybe let's look at our expenses for, so science is, it's not too bad. It looks like we're about, I don't know, 1200 per day for each one of these. So I've got 4 right now, and so my expenses for the last 24 hours is 4,600. It might be higher than that because I didn't place the research very right away when I entered the map, so that might be off a little bit. So before I just spam these out and place just tons of them, I want to know just how much we can afford there. Otherwise, it'll get a little out of control very, very quickly. Look at all the nice importers on this area. So we'll be able to import, initially anyway, a lot of materials into my lines here. So we'll be able to get some lines going as soon as we research the split off of all of these here. And I may we'll have 4 lines, I think, 4 different lines. And for the most part, I want to, there's our research. So let's see. The next one I want to do is engine specialization, definitely. And then probably engine assembly, because that would allow us to split off the engine pretty easily. And then we can start researching well, first I probably need to split off accessories, and then I can add accessories later, and then split off body, because there's a bunch of accessories that are options that I can use in the body. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I want to have 4 lines, and I want them all to be similar accessories, but not identical, because the more cars you sell with a certain accessory, the less premium that you can make from that individual accessory. So if all of your cars, let's say, had power windows, okay, initially you'll send those cars out and you'll be able to, make some good money. They'll sell quickly. But the more cars you shove out with powered windows, the less attractive those become over time. It becomes a more standard feature than a premium feature, as sort of what happens when in real life. So I want 4 lines, slightly different accessorized cars from each line. So not necessarily crazy different, but one line might have climate control, one line might just have the air conditioner. And one line might have maybe the fit body, the fancier body on a car, and then one line might, be slightly different with GPS nav or something like that. And then as we research more accessories, I can just update those lines with other accessories and keep the lines fresh, depending on how much we're selling them for. So let's see. We have over here just this one export, and we're really limited on our export by 8 seconds. So if I had 4 of these, that's 2 seconds per car, essentially, which is close to the 1 second per car that we're trying to go for. I would need 8 of them. I would need 8 of these to go for 1 second per car, which I don't even know if this map has 8 outputs. So there's 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, it probably does. It's just going to be a little tricky to do. There's 2 more over there, 1 there, 1 over here. So it definitely has 8, but it's going to be a very difficult situation to try to get all 8 in there. So, 2 seconds a car, I think that's a pretty good goal. It's not the be-all, end-all goal, but, I wish there was a map that had a whole bunch of exporters on one wall, and you'd just be able to shove cars right through in the production process. So we researched power production. So I'm just wasting money here. So we're going to individualize accessories now. So let's start generating our own power here. So I want to... Let's watch our power. Ooh, we got a lot of... We need a lot of these. That's only 9,000. That's only half as many as I actually need. Yeah, there's an upgrade. It's only an 8% increase in power production, though. So there's 14. There we go. One more, I think we should do it. All right. Well, there's our power plant. And so now our expenses should be, this power purchase should be gone by the time the next day rolls around. So right now we've already spent 13 grand on power, so we're not getting rid of it. But by the time we roll around here, it's already shrinking dramatically, which is good. Good. Okay, and also you can see he's starting to add the ability to take loans and stuff like that. So he's definitely continually adding features and ideas and all that kind of stuff. So It's an ever-evolving game as the alphas get closer and closer to betas or release. So it's only one guy developing it, so we need to be a little bit patient with that. So now we've been able to break engine apart, but I don't really want to tear my whole line down just yet. We're in here, we're making money, and I really don't want to start individualizing these lines until we actually research all of these specializations. So we've got engine done, we're working on accessories, we've got body, chassis, and paint left, and then on top of that we've got engine assembly, body frame, doors, and I think one more, wheels and steering. So these two here as well we're gonna need. So it's quite a bit of research to get done, and we're not going to be able to do much until we get those at least researched, and then we'll be able to tear the line down and then rebuild it, at least using some of those specializations. Not necessarily putting in the accessories yet, but once we get the lines run, I'll be able to individualize it, start way back here, and then build that whole process going all the way to the end, with some room to squeeze in a little bit of extra, accessories and stuff like that. So eventually we're going to want 4 lines going all the way through here. It's going to be quite the factory when it's done. But there's a lot of stuff to research before then and not much we can do. So I'm going to keep an eye on my books, on my monies here, and see if we can't, if I can't just continually make money while I research these. I'll maybe slap some more researchers down just to take care of them. Hopefully we're going to continue to sell cars, and we'll be able to get some progress done for next episode. That way next episode I can jump in and we can start processing all of these individual stations that we're going to need. All right. Well, that will do it for this episode. So I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.